everybody, welcome or welcome back. Today I'm gonna do a autumn TBR video. Obviously it is the beginning of September, which technically it is still summer, but really and truly, you know, if you live in the UK, when it gets to September, it is pretty much autumn. Like, it's cold, I'm wearing jumpers, like it's not summer anymore, it's autumn, and autumn is maybe my favorite season. Maybe, I don't know, question mark after that. But I do kind of enjoy winter, the beginning of winter. I enjoy the end of autumn into winter, not past December. I want to do an autumn TBR with you because I have no idea what I want to read in autumn, and I thought what would be fun, rather than me just picking a bunch of books and then coming and showing them to you, because I don't really have many like books that I'm specifically like, I want to read that. I thought it would be funner to go through my books with you. Probably rearrange this a bit because I would like to maybe put those up top, switch up the genres, because right now I just have them kind of genre organized. And then also I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of online browsing, potentially shopping for some books. We're also going to talk about some new releases that I am probably going to be reading. First things first, we have the TBR cart here. I have it the same as I always have, but if you don't know, I keep my monthly reads on top. We'll go through what's up here in a sec. I have romances on this side, which is like this is the most accessible. We have all of my like Illumicrate books down here, and then just some like random like other darker themed books. Can you see how broken it is? It is really bad. It's going to collapse at some point. On this side we kind of just have the leftovers, so I have a couple mysteries, a couple fiction books, a couple fantasy books, all of the above. So we're just going to turn it back to this side because it's a bit prettier and I just don't want to keep twisting it back and forth. First things first, the books I have up here, this is not my September TBR. I haven't picked a September TBR yet because I just got back from holiday, if you didn't know. These are a couple books that I had on my August TBR that didn't get read. So we have Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, The Rule Book by Sarah Adams, Fall With Me by Becca Mack, Goddess of the River by Vaishnavi Patel, and then this is my newest Illumicrate book, which is Mistress of Lies. I think it's also my last Illumicrate book. Out of these books, I think these two could potentially be going on my autumn TBR because I've already started Fall With Me. It's a hockey romance series, and I started it and kind of like paused it / DNF'd it. I think it's more of like a soft pause DNF. And you know, like I said, it's hockey romance, so it kind of skews colder, I feel. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. It makes sense to me in my brain. So this I think will go on, and then we have Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Okay, so I think that will also go on. What I'm going to do, since I'm starting to pick, is I'm going to take all these off and we're going to start lining up the ones that are on the TBR so you can like visually see it really clearly. How do you stop your books from getting dusty? This is an actual genuine like thing that I need to ask, because I feel like maybe a feather duster, like wiping it off doesn't seem to like actually get it off. Like it feels like it's embedded almost, and I'm not gonna use like a damp cloth. Like how do I do that? Okay, those two for now. Since I have this stack of romances here, I'm gonna go through these. A speed round. The Dating Plan, no, not interested. Marriage for One. I was so intrigued by this book when I first bought it, and it's just not at all intriguing me anymore. So I'm not gonna put that on there. Made in Manhattan. Now this is kind of giving me not full vibes, kind of like moody vibes, which kind of are giving me autumn vibes. Do you see what I kind of mean? We're gonna pop that on there because it is one that should get read. This one definitely going on. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It's gonna go on there. The Intimacy Experiment, no. Soulmate Equation, nah. Drunken Love, no. And then Tools of Engagement. I would like to get this read because it's the last book in the Hot and Hammered series, but I also just don't really care. So we're not going to put it on the TBR. That's, to be honest, this is just like, I'm never really reaching for these books. It's just like, if I need a romance, then I have like a decent selection, you know what I mean? We also have 2 Magnolia Park books. Do I want to get one of these read? Oh, I don't know. We'll just put one on. Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. Gonna try and get that read. I'm kind of unsure about that, to be honest. I don't feel mentally prepared yet, but why not be hopeful? Okay, then we have a bunch more back here. A Dream So Wicked, The Nanny Diaries, and Typh. No. Not really interested in any of those. This is kind of a darker stack. Dance of Thieves. I need to read this, but I just like, no matter how positive people talk about this book, nothing anybody has ever said has actually made me want to read it. I don't know why. It just doesn't like stick out to me at all. Misery by Stephen King. I started this and it just didn't. I think I was just not in the mood for this when I started it. I got like 69 pages in. So yeah, we'll pop that on there. I'll finish that off at some point. And then we have They Wish They Were Us. This is a mystery, YA mystery, I think, like based in like a school, like a private school setting, I think, which sounds right up my alley for autumn, so that's going to go on there. And then I have a duology down here by Veronica Roth, who, if you don't know, she's the author of the Divergent series, which I read when I was younger and really liked. So I am going to put this on my TBR for autumn, because I would like to get to that sooner rather than later. Other than these big row down here, the only books I have left are Hopeless by Elsie Silver and Song of Achilles. Song of Achilles I'm not going to put on because this is another one which, no matter how positive people talk about it, I just don't feel like eager to read it. I don't know why. And then Hopeless, I would like to finish this series and just get it out of my fucking life, because it torments me. Like, if you don't know, Chestnut Spring series people absolutely love it. I am just like so kind of indifferent to it that it's almost like painfully confusing. I'm like, why am I so indifferent to this series and everybody loves it? I would like to get this finished. Should I just pop it on, get it finished? God, this is horribly out of order in terms of like genre, which really annoys me. We will sort that out at some point. Definitely want to read Capturing the Devil by Gary Maniscalco, because, oh god, I kind of fucked this spine. I read this entire, well, the first 3 books in the series earlier this year, and I meant to continue it, but I just I put it off for too long, I guess, and it became summer, and I'm not reading this in summer, am I? But definitely want to read that. Definitely want to read When the Moon Hatched. This isn't an Illumicrate book, but it just sits with all of them because it's a hardback. I bought this in Liverpool not that long ago because I've heard really good things, so I would like to read that. Can I get this in here? Just about. I'm pretty full there. Okay, and then out of all of these Illumicrate books, oh, I should definitely put some of them on my TBR. I just haven't had a great experience with the ones I've been picking up recently, so it puts me off all of them, which it shouldn't, because like they're all different authors, all different, you know, they're not the same. I'm gonna pick this one, which is the one I got recently, Mistress of Lies, because it's kind of giving autumn vibes. And then if I pick one more, Beat of Jade and Dragons, because that's the one that has been interesting me the most out of all of them. But it's kind of giving me, well, that's just visually, to be fair, that's not got anything to do. Well, no, because When the Moon Hatched does have a dragon on it, and this also has a dragon on it. I thought they might be kind of similar. I'm just gonna pick this for now, and that'll be it. Oh, that's not gonna fit, but that's what we have. for autumn. Wow, that's actually a decent amount that I've chosen. I definitely won't read all of these. A lot of these down here are, you know, if I want to. I don't feel much pressure to read them, but I definitely feel pressure to read some of the books up here a little bit. Okay, hello. It's quite a few days later. It's Thursday now. I don't know if I told you what day I was filming last time. What day was it? It must have been Sunday or Monday. But I am gonna do a little bit of, I don't know if I'm gonna order any books, but I'm gonna do a little bit of wish list creation. Wish list creation. This is my Goodreads. Like I said, first things first, I want to browse the new releases. I already have a bit of an idea of the ones that I would like. First off, Nothing Like the Movies, September 24th, so that comes out at the end of the month. I have read 2 of Lynn Painter's books. I've read the first one, Better Than the Movies, of this series, I guess. And then I've also read, well, I didn't read. I read 3 chapters of The Love Wager and I had to put it down because it was so bad, in my personal opinion. So, I don't know how I feel about her, but the first book was okay. No, it was good. It was good. So I want to read this, see if I enjoy it, if I can find another Lynn Painter book that I like, or if maybe she's just not an author for me, which is also fine. But let's keep going, keep looking. See, there's Daydream by Hannah Grace here, which, oh, I'm hearing this. That's probably a short story because I haven't heard anything about it. I would usually put this on, but I feel like I'm not sure if I want to for sure get into this. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll read it, but I'm not like desperate to. And also just like with romances like this, they're just not that high on my list of things I want to read. I feel like they kind of maybe slump me out a bit, if I'm being fully honest. So I'm just gonna keep it in mind, but I'm not gonna grab it for this. Again, like books like this, The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling, I feel like last year I definitely would have got this and read it. I might maybe, but I'm not gonna push myself to read like seasonal books if they don't like grip me, because I feel like I did that last year and I didn't really enjoy any of the books that I read. So oh, here's another one. Okay, Where the Library Hides, November 5th release. This is the second book in the duology Secrets of the Nile. The first book is What the River Knows. We get the image. This book is, well, the first book was fantastic. This is probably my most anticipated release. If not for the entire year, then for the second half of the year. I really, really loved that first book. Also, I wanted to note down this book, Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I haven't read the, what was it? Let's see if we can find it. What was it called? The Brothers Hawthorne, and I've heard terrible things about it. So I'm not sure if I will pick this up, but I do kind of want to put it down because I do love YA mysteries, especially in the autumn time. That's like my favorite time to read them, and they're one of my favorite genres for some reason. So I will note that down. Also, I don't want to go too much further than this, but Rebecca Yarros, this is interesting. I've not read any of Rebecca Yarros's romances. Yeah, this is contemporary romance. Obviously I love Fourth Wing. What's this about? Romance about the summer a celebrated dancer returns home and unearths years of family secrets with the Coast Guard rescue swimmer she never forgot. That sounds kind of good. I'm gonna put that down. Copy, paste. Okay, brilliant. So those are all the new releases I want to look at now. In terms of just like books, I think I have an Amazon wish list that I'm going to go look at. I'll show you that. Here's my Amazon's wish list. I already added 2 books here, which I know I kind of would like to get to in, what month is it again? In autumn. So we have My Sister's Keeper by Jodie Pickle. I don't know if that's how you say that name, sorry. I've never read anything by this author, and this is really not in my usual wheelhouse. This is about, I believe, a girl sister is like terminally ill, I think. I don't know, to be honest, but she has a situation where she's very, very ill, like life-threatening illness, and she was kind of born to save her sister's life, basically. Like they use her like bone marrow and all these other kind of like her situations to keep her sister alive. And I don't know what continues to happen, but I saw clips from the movie about this book on TikTok, and it seemed really, really interesting. So I thought, why not? Next we have Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. I think this is her new book. I'm not sure when it came out, or if it is out yet. Maybe this is just confusing me and it's lying. But I really like Maureen Johnson. The Truly Devious series I really, really enjoy. So I thought I would like to read another one of her books. What's next? Lovely War by Julie Berry. I would really like to read this. I believe it's historical fiction. And I think it's got like romance elements, but it's not just like a straight up romance. Or maybe it is, I don't know. As you can see though, we don't really have buying options. Every time I've gone to look at this, there's been nowhere I can get it. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research into how I can actually get that. What else? We've got a bunch, another love story. I'm not really interested in putting any of these though. Like maybe I'll get to the Crimson Moth, maybe I'll read Anatomy, a love story, but like I'm not like fiending for it. But this is like, you can just see, oh, I just read that, I can take that off. Oh, I would like to start this series. Skype, my friend who also reads, recommended this series to me. She said that she thought I would like it, so I would like to get to that series. And then I think there's another series that I would like to read. The Prison Healer. I would like to start The Prison Healer because it's one of the last books on my 2024 books due in 2024, I think, and it's also on my priority TBR in my book journal, so I would like to get those done so I can take them off my book journal. I think that is, yeah, I think that's everything. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I like to keep it short and sweet these days so I can actually realistically do it, because I like doing things like I say I'm gonna do. I was about to get ready, but I actually thought it's kind of on theme for the video to be comfy cozy, so I'm currently, I mean this is my jumper I could wear out, but I do have pajama bottoms on. So I'm gonna light my candle and then we're gonna get into the final section of this autumn TBR. Ooh. David Beckham would hate that. Okay. Final section of this TBR, I thought it would be fun to just not necessarily take out and like put on my TBR, but just think about some books that I might like to reread, because I've just been getting into rereads quite a lot this year. I've been really enjoying rereading books, especially when I'm in book slumps. I'm low-key in a bit of a book slump right now. Don't even think about it because I'm not thinking about it. First things first, I've already been rereading the Addicted series. Addicted for Now is the next book. I'm pretty certain I will be continuing to reread because I'm having a really good time. It's not necessarily giving me autumn vibes though. It's kind of, I mean it kind of gives like comfort cozy, so maybe a little bit, but I associate these books with summer. I don't know why. Maybe I've read a lot of them on holiday. We'll pick up this book as a reread, which is lovely. Watch it, I'll just start a little pile here. A little pile. Oh look, I have all of my friendship bracelets from the Eras store. How cute is that? This is so random, you don't care about this, but I keep them. Okay, well, that's not good. Okay, these are all the ones that I made for myself that I kept separately. But then I have two little bows that have my little Eras Tours bracelet thing on, and then look, this one I only got like 3 bracelets because I was too nervous to trade, but I traded a bunch the second time. I literally was like, I am getting rid of every single bracelet I have. I don't care if I have to fling them at people. And to be honest, by the end of the night, I was literally being like, do you want a bracelet? Do you want a bracelet? You don't need to give me one back. Just take it, please. But it was fun. And I did obviously get a lot of bracelets back. And now I have these, which is so cute. Yeah, but for now, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I've just been keeping them all in this little bee jar, which is very Magnolia coded. BJ Magnolia. Moving on. Rereads. I very briefly started an Iron Flame audiobook reread on my flight over to Florida, so potentially, actually yeah, I'm definitely going to be continuing that probably when I'm doing some book journaling, because I've been really enjoying book journaling with an audiobook, and since I already own it, I think I will definitely do that. In preparation for the next Yaros release, because I feel like if I read them too close to the time, I might just get a bit like bored, not bored, but like, okay, I need a break from the series for now. So I feel like she's coming out in January, right? So it's like far enough away that it's like I will still be excited for it, close enough that if I reread it in the next few months, it will be fresh on the brain. Yeah. What else do we want to reread? This is a good option. I don't have the first book in this series because my sister's borrowing it. It might be in her room, or she might have it wherever she is right now. But A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I'm not obsessed with this series, but I did really enjoy it, and I feel like at least maybe rereading the first one could be really fun. I am a lover of YA mysteries, if you don't know, especially in the autumn winter time. And I struggle to find good ones. I feel like I've read through all of the most popular ones, and I know that like popularity doesn't equal good and good doesn't equal popularity, but I don't know, I have been struggling to find YA mysteries that are like recommended by people. So if you've got any YA mystery recommendations that you don't think I've read, love to hear them. But maybe I'm gonna start rereading some of my ones that I've really enjoyed. Like, I'm talking really weirdly, I don't sound like myself. Weird. Oh, maybe this. Possibly reread What the River Knows, because I loved this book. I rated it a 4.75, but I feel like I've boosted it to a 5-star in my head because of how much it's stuck with me. And the next book in this series is coming out, I think, in November, maybe. So it would be good to reread before then, just to like re-cement in my brain what happened, kind of thing. This is a reread I've been wanting to do for ages, reread The Great Gatsby, and I want to like really heavily annotate it like I would do when I was in school. I don't want to have 2 classics going at a time, because I just know myself, and if I do too much at once I get overwhelmed. I'm a very like one by one, step by step kind of person, and I haven't finished Pride and Prejudice, but I've been fucking reading Pride and Prejudice all year, since last year actually, and I just have been so bad at picking it up. Because whenever I do get a chance to read, I'm not like, oh yeah, let me go pick up fucking Pride and Prejudice. But when I'm actually doing it and like reading it and annotating it, I have a really good time, so I just need to get back into it. Okay, maybe I'll do that, or maybe I'll just move on to The Great Gatsby, because this is my fave. I love her. She's king. I've been saying I want to do an ACOTAR reread all year, but I just don't know if it's going to happen this year, to be honest. Maybe when Sarah J Maas decides that she wants to announce the next ACOTAR book, I will start a reread, but until then I don't think so. I don't think that's on the cards for us. I'm looking at Divine Rivals and kind of thinking, that would be actually a really good read for this time of the year, and last year I read this in summer and it definitely didn't hit as much as I feel like it would have hit in autumn time, so we can add that. But yeah, I think that's good. That's a good little reread stack. I'm going to put all these away. I'm not going to leave these here, but I'll take a little picture, a mental image. Great. Okay, well that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment about what you're going to be reading this autumn. That's a great idea. Leave a comment about that. And yeah, that's gonna be it.